I didn't buy my brother's kids Christmas gifts this year after he told them Santa skips houses that don't believe hard enough about mine. So, some context. My brother Derek and I have always had this low-grade tension going. He's super into the whole Christmas thing, like genuinely, aggressively into it, matching pajamas, elf on the shelf with a different elaborate setup every morning, an advent calendar that costs more than my car payment. His whole identity from November 1st forward is basically Christmas dad. Which fine, that's his thing. I don't care. I'm 34 and I don't have kids. I also don't really do the whole Santa performance. Not because I hate Christmas or I'm some kind of Grinch, I just live alone, I don't have a fireplace, and I decorate pretty minimally. A wreath on the door, a small tree, some lights. That's it. I'm not sending letters to the North Pole or leaving out cookies. My apartment just looks like a normal adult lives there. Derek's kids are 6 and 8, Lily and Max. I genuinely love those kids. Every year I spend probably $200 between the two of them, wrap everything nice, the whole thing. I'm a good uncle. I show up. Last December, about a week before Christmas, I'm at my parents' house for some early holiday thing. Derek and his wife are there with the kids. At some point, Lily comes up to me with this very serious look on her face, like she's got important news. She goes, "Uncle Ryan, I'm worried about you." I asked her why. Daddy says Santa skips houses that don't believe hard enough, and your house doesn't have very many decorations. I just kind of stared at her for a second. I said, "Oh yeah? Daddy said Santa might not come to your house this year because it doesn't look like you believe." I laughed it off with her, told her I was sure Santa would figure it out, whatever. But I was watching Derek across the room and he was just sort of smiling into his drink, not looking at me, just smiling. I pulled him aside later and asked him what he told the kids about my house specifically. He said he was just talking about Christmas spirit in general, that if kids don't believe, Santa doesn't come, all the usual stuff. I said, "You mentioned my house though." He said he might have used it as an example, just to make the magic feel real for them. I said, "So you told your 6-year-old that Santa skips my house because I don't believe enough." He said, "I mean, Ryan, you don't exactly go all out." I didn't say anything else. I went back to the party and helped set the table and spent the evening like normal. I didn't make it a thing, but I thought about it the whole drive home. He used my house, my specific house, not some hypothetical unbeliever. He pointed at me to make his Christmas magic feel real, like I was the bad example. I decided pretty quietly that night that I wasn't buying his kids gifts. I know how that sounds. They're 6 and 8, they didn't do anything. But here's the thing, if my house is the house Santa skips, then logically the gifts from their uncle who lives in the skip house probably don't count for much either, right? If the magic is real and I'm outside of it, then so are my presents. I figured I'd just let that play out. I didn't tell anyone. I didn't announce it. I just didn't buy anything. Christmas morning I got a text from Derek that said, "Kids are asking where your gifts are. Did you forget to drop them off?" I texted back, "No, I didn't forget." He called me like 30 seconds later. I let it go to voicemail. He called again. I picked up. "What do you mean you didn't forget? Where are the kids' gifts?" I said, "I didn't get them anything this year." He went quiet for a second. Then, "Are you serious right now? It's Christmas morning." I said, "I know, Ryan, they're kids, but you told them Santa skips my house because I don't believe enough. So I figured whatever comes from my house probably doesn't carry much weight anyway." Silence. "That is insane," he said. "That is genuinely insane. You're punishing my children because of something I said." "I'm not punishing anybody," I said. "I just took you at your word. If my house is outside the magic, I'm outside the magic. Simple." He hung up. My mom called an hour later. She'd clearly already talked to Derek. She said I'd made 2 little kids cry on Christmas morning and asked me what was wrong with me. I told her what Derek had said to Lily, word for word. She got quiet. Then she said, "Well, he shouldn't have done that." But she still thought I should have bought the gifts. I said, "Okay." Derek texted me that evening. He said I was a selfish child who'd never grown up and that he didn't want me at his house for the foreseeable future. I haven't talked to him since. My mom says Lily still asks if my house is on the naughty list.